Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Stroom Stories. So, today we have Ayrton here, an upcoming musician, and he's going to tell us a bit about himself, his music career, and what he plans for the future. Ayrton, welcome on the show.
Hi, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem, and thanks so much for joining us.
No, definitely.
So, can you tell us a bit about yourself, where you're from, how old are you?
I'm 20 years old at the moment. I was born in Pretoria, moved up and down throughout Pretoria, Joburg, back to Pretoria, back to Joburg, and now I'm in the Vaal area, Ayrton side. So that's pretty, it's a pretty big jump. Music kind of caught me at like 14 years old already, though. So it's been quite a run.
Okay, so you started early.
Yeah. Not that I was any good back then, though. Not that I was as good as I'd say.
But I mean,
No.
it takes practice, and you have to get into the groove. So it's better to start at 14 than to start at 20.
Definitely. I think most artists only started at like around about 18, 19, 20. So it took them, yeah, up to 25, 26 just to actually start making releasable music, I guess. We here, yeah, I'm 20 and I've got quite a lot. I've already got quite a lot loaded up for release, which is which is great.
Okay, cool. We'll get into that in a moment. Um, but I want to ask you if you can tell us a bit about your musical journeys. Like you said, you started at 14, but when did it start getting like serious?
I think I personally started taking it seriously at around 16 when my dad bought me like a little USB microphone I could plug into my laptop, and I started making beats on FL Studio. And yeah, I just pretty much started self-producing, taught myself how to write and all that from 16 up onwards, and finally got the chance to seriously take the music and take it like to studios and all that this year. This year actually. So
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
20 years old, that's when it really started becoming a serious thing. I've been doing quite a lot of gigs and all that, so yeah,
But I mean, for only starting
took quite some time.
seriously, yeah, but I mean, for starting seriously like this year, you're doing pretty well.
Yeah, it is doing well. I'm loving the feedback from on the first release. It is nice. It's great seeing the feedback, people loving the music and wanting more, especially. That's
Yeah.
the most important.
So can you, like, for people who don't know, maybe just describe your style of music?
It's very versatile. I range from country pop to pop, uh, to yeah, kind of I don't know, yeah, country pop to pop, more from there. I do have some hip hop hidden far away, which I don't know when that'll be released, maybe far in the future. But yeah, I'm a pretty versatile artist when it comes to genres. I don't like sticking to one. I don't like sticking to one. Yeah, I like exploring genres, mixing genres, and it gets interesting. It
Yeah.
gets really interesting.
I can imagine. You kind of have to,
But
to stay, to keep it new and to keep being creative.
yeah, I think most people classify me now as a country pop artist because of the first release being a country pop track. But I think the main reason that was put first is because there was a lot of that kind of style going out at that time. You know, Post Malone's music, Morgan Wallen, all of these country artists suddenly started. Well, they weren't even country artists to begin with.
Yeah, true.
They became country artists, and yeah, they took the first release they made. I will go far, but I don't want to classify under a country artist because there's a lot more different music coming.
Okay, great. And who would you say influenced your musical journey the most? Like, which artists do you listen to personally?
Well, it all started, if I have to like go back to the start to where it really gave me like I want to start writing and I want to start making music. was it is a rapper named NF. Uh,
Mm,
made really good music at the time. He's still up to today. Makes great music. Um, it started there. I started writing my own little raps to YouTube beats, and eventually, yeah, started recording. But a lot of inspiration then eventually came from the melodic hip hop range, Juice World, and all that. And eventually, when this whole music thing changed, I think the past 2 years, pop has changed, where it's become more of like an acoustic pop. Music is
mm,
becoming more raw and more. They're kind of going back in time with it. Same with the country that's coming out now lately again. It's becoming a thing. So a lot of these newer artists doing the country, Miles Smith, uh, Post Malone,
mm.
Noah Khan, big inspirations. Big inspirations,
Okay, cool.
definitely.
Yeah, and I think it definitely reflects in your song "I Will Go Far" as well. You can like hear the influences that you just talked about.
Definitely, yeah.
So tell us a bit about your single "I Will Go Far," because I know you wrote it yourself. So where did the idea for the song come from?
Well, the main I okay. Well, first, obviously, I had the backtrack written. I made the backtrack at home. I
Mm,
got the whole country pop track going, and I was like, I'm really liking the vibe.
mm,
And at first, I wanted to record like another sad breakup chorus to it, which it was recorded, and then I didn't like it, so I
mm,
deleted it. I said, no, I don't want to turn this happy track into another sad song.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, I was going through personal issues at the time, I guess, that I had overcome or had to overcome myself. Uh, and at the same time, me really being dedicated to music and kind of having no other option, as I did not proud of it. I dropped out of school at 7th grade.
Mm,
So for me to, go find a job out there is not as easy, I'd say, as somebody with a higher education would get. And as soon as the music came to me, I just let go of everything else. So the music
mm.
became my all.
Okay. No, no, I
So
get
yeah,
it.
I don't
I
know.
get it.
It's a
Um,
personal song. I must say it's a personal song about like overcoming my own, problems and
mm.
turning my life upside down pretty much. Yeah,
And I think a lot of people can relate to that as well. You know, I think there's a lot of people. I mean,
definitely.
even people who have higher education these days, you struggle to find a job, especially,
There's
um,
issues. There's a lot of
yeah,
issues. Definitely, it's not easy out there for anybody.
yeah,
Um, I've had a few people come to me and tell me that they've had issues and all this, and then they heard my song and they were like, well, you know what? I will go far." And
mm,
so it is nice hearing that from other people,
yeah,
knowing
definitely,
that it does inspire and does connect with other people. It's
mm,
great.
yeah. And I think that's what music is about, right? Connecting with other people.
Definitely, and just sharing the the true raw emotion that's
Mm.
put into a song.
So can you
I
tell
don't think
us?
many artists get it.
Oh, yeah, no, no,
I don't know. Yeah,
I agree with you. I agree with you. I think there's a lot of, especially these days, there's a lot of songs that get released that don't have a lot of thought put into it. You know, it's just a
no
song.
meaning to it.
Yeah, mm,
Yep, it just sounds cool, so let's put it out, turn it into a
exactly.
TikTok dance. And
Mm, very
yeah,
true. um, can you walk us through your creative process when you're writing a new song?
but yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Like I said, I'd first get a track going,
Mm,
or even just a chord progression going. I'd record it into, because I've got a little home setup over here. Record my guitar or whatever the chords into, and as soon as I've got that main chord or a main track built, I just put on my headphones and I start mumbling into the microphone until I come up with nice melodies that
mm,
sound cool, and turn the melodies into words eventually. And yeah, and then finalize it and send it through. Sometimes, yeah, we've taken 6 songs that I did record at home and we
mm,
did them in studios. But we also have now another song. I don't know when it will be coming out. Probably not anytime soon, but
mm.
that I've self-produced at home that we just sent to a mastering engineer. So that is kind of, it's a nice feeling knowing my mixing ain't that bad.
That's so cool. So when you write a song, do you just draw inspiration from your own life, or where do you get the inspiration for like the words within the song?
Yeah, most of the time, I'd say pretty much 99% of the time, it's something that I feel
Mm.
resonates with me and my personal experiences or feelings or whatever. And yeah, the other 1% over there is just because it sounds cool and it fits.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
So
it just sounds catchy. So.
so how did you feel when you found out that I Will Go Far reached 25,000 streams within a month?
No, that is great. It's a wonderful feeling knowing that because I used to release my own music on SoundCloud,
Mm.
and most views I get is like 300 in months, and
Yeah,
now seeing my first release, my debut single going out, hitting 25,000 on YouTube, and it's now 20,000 on Spotify as well, which is
yeah.
nice. It's a great feeling. It is.
I can
It's
imagine.
fulfilling.
So was there any like marketing behind the song? Did you send it out to a few people, or like how did you get the word out that I Will Go Far like is released now?
Um, well, I definitely before even having it released, if I had a gig or something going on, I'd perform it at the gig and just tell the people, hey, just keep out, it's coming out. And social media, yeah, there's a lot of
Mm.
social media on my Instagram at Real Ayrton Music and on my TikTok, same. Uh, we pushed it quite a lot. We're still pushing it up to today.
Mm.
I actually need to start pushing the next one now. That's coming out. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I can give the name yet.
Oh,
I
okay,
want
yeah.
to.
I
I
get
want to.
it. I get it. But I mean, as soon as you release it, send it to us and we'll promote it a bit as well.
Definitely, no, definitely, for
So,
sure. Yeah, there
what
was a
a
lot of other Facebook profiles
oh
that
yeah.
shared it, and posted it in there.
Mm.
So I guess that helped quite a lot as well to get the views going.
Mm. No,
And yeah.
definitely, definitely. And I mean, for your first song, I know you said you've released some sounds on SoundCloud, but I mean, for your first actual single dropping, it's good numbers. You know, it's great numbers, especially in South Africa.
It's really good number. I didn't realize it was that good until the other day. I went and I looked at another artist,
Mm.
another local artist. They're pretty big. I don't. Are they local? I'm not sure if they're local. I'm pretty sure they are. Neon Dreams.
Oh
Are
yeah,
they local?
I'm not sure.
I think they're local.
Mm.
Yeah. There's a track they released not so long ago with a music video as well, which only got like 8,000 views. And when I
Mm.
saw that, I was like, dang. Well, they've already got a name going and they're out there and they've only got 8K
Yeah,
like views on this. And I'm like, dang, how'd mine get 25K in the first month and nobody knows who I am? So
but I
yeah,
mean, for
it's
your first
definitely about,
one,
yeah, it's a weird,
um, can you tell us a
yeah,
bit?
it's great. It's great.
Can you tell us a bit about what challenges you faced as an up and coming artist, especially in the South African music industry?
Well, definitely, I think I don't want to call it a challenge.
Mm.
It probably is a challenge, but your music doesn't. It's very difficult to get your name out there as an artist, especially if you're not in a band or something. If you go out solo, it's difficult because you go on TikTok, you go on Instagram, and there's hundreds and hundreds and
Mm.
hundreds of people doing the or trying to do the exact same thing you're doing.
Yeah.
Making their own music, trying to release it, and unfortunately, it's how it works. It's not as easy to just blow up, as
Mm.
they say.
Yeah.
Uh, so that's already a challenge, I guess. And yeah, another thing with Spotify and Apple Music and all these royalty count and all payouts have gone. It's really low. So you artists rely on gigs,
Mm.
and there aren't always gigs available.
Yeah.
So you've got to.
Yeah.
It's difficult, but it all comes with time, I guess, and you got to face those challenges and get it out of the
Mm.
way because one day they won't be there no more.
True,
you'll
true.
look back and be grateful. Yeah,
True. And I think at least you recognize that you have to promote your music on like Instagram and TikTok, because I think there's a lot of artists who only release music but they don't actually put the work in to promote the songs, you know?
exactly. The marketing, and that's very
Mm,
important because now you've got this great song, but nobody knows who you are.
mm,
Nobody knows the song. Nobody's just gonna listen to it. It's not just gonna come up on anybody's YouTube feed, and they're gonna be like, "Ooh, let me click on that,"
yeah.
because that you're not gonna know who you are. Where marketing on social media is very important, and I'm even yeah, I don't do it enough. Let me put it that way. I don't do it enough. There's content, but
Mm.
I feel like I need to give more. I need to give more.
Oh, but
So
you
yeah,
never
that's
know.
very important. The
It,
whole market.
yeah, definitely. And sometimes it only takes like one video, you know, for you to go viral or for you to blow up.
Definitely, definitely. You never know which one that'll be. You just got
Yeah,
to keep pushing.
true. So how do you balance your personal life with your music career?
Well, I guess during the week I've got quite a lot of personal time because
Mm,
gigs aren't really as hectic during the week. And again, like I said, my studio or home studio setup is in my bedroom, so it's not really difficult for me to
mm,
mix the two together. Uh, so yeah, I guess weekends are the only time I don't really have for myself, but I'm not complaining.
mm.
Because gigs are coming in and it's needed and it's getting my name out there and it's wonderful. I love gigging actually. Every time I go for a gig beforehand, I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this. I'm so nervous.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I get up on
Mm.
stage, I just forget about it completely.
It's
But yeah,
it's
I don't
it's
know. I wouldn't say they clash. The
mm.
musical life and the personal life doesn't really clash at this point. No, they're flowing together pretty well.
Oh, that's good.
Especially the family and all the support of as well. So
Okay, that's great, and it's actually
yeah.
funny you say that as well because I've spoken to a few musicians, and they actually all say the same thing. Like they're so nervous before they have to go on stage, you know, or before an event or a gig. But as soon as they're up there, they're like,
Mm,
okay, no, now it's time to perform.
yes, yes. Yeah, and another thing, I don't know how many people have this. I'm pretty sure it's not just me, but I
Mm.
prefer gigging to a bigger crowd to a smaller crowd
Yeah.
because now you're sitting in a room with like 15 people, 20 people, and you're watching them like perform. It's way more up and close than
Mm.
being. I gigged on the lawn at Avianca Estate quite a while back. That was a big audience, so it's not like I'm not sitting there worrying about it too much, because
Mm.
there's so much going on in that crowd. I'm pretty sure not even everybody's looking at me, so I was very
Mm.
comfortable with that. But getting to a smaller crowd, it's nerve wracking.
Yeah,
It's nerve wracking.
it's a lot more intimate, you know. You can see each person's face and them staring
Definitely
at
up
you.
close.
Mm. I can imagine.
Yep, yep.
Um,
When you mess up a note, you can see the guy like scrunching his face together, like,
mm.
oh, yep, you heard that.
Oh no, that's terrible. But I get where you're coming from. So you just mentioned that your family is very supportive of your music career, but what role does your like friends and family
Yeah,
play in your career?
in the career, well, I'm not too sure in that sense.
Mm,
I'm not too sure how you mean that question, but like I said, everyone's been supportive. I've definitely got those few friends that like, or I don't even know, like they'll tell me if I'm doing something wrong. They'll
mm,
tell me if a song is not nice. So that's good in my opinion because you've got those honest people,
true, and
and
you
you
need
need that.
them.
Where
Yeah.
it's difficult because I play my dad my music. I play my dad my music, and I feel like he just says every song is good because he has to,
Mm, yeah.
But where I hope that's not the. I hope that's not the. I hope that's not the case. I hope that's not the case.
Yeah, but at least you have some, like your dad being very supportive, you know, and then your friends who are honest, and you know, you
Every,
need the honest people as well.
definitely. And yeah, the smaller gigs,
Mm,
I fill them up with my friends pretty much in the crowd. Tell them to swing by, and yeah, they do.
that's
So
great.
they fill up a crowd at least.
So talking about
Yeah,
like gigs, do you have
great.
any gigs that you plan for the near future? That if maybe somebody's listening, because you're not that far away from Potch at the moment. So if there's anyone watching that wants to go see you live, when's your next live performance?
I'm at Bailey's in Bedford View this weekend, Sunday actually,
Okay.
uh, and then I'm not too sure because I've got a China trip coming up in December. Not a tour or anything. I'm not performing, not as
Mm.
far as I know. But when I'm back, there's a lot planned for January. But you could just, if they're interested, yeah, they could just go check out my social media and
Yeah.
I'll
To
update
stay.
it on there as soon as I know. As soon as I know, yes.
Okay. Cool. And what are your long-term goals for your career in the music industry? Do you have any? Do you have any?
Going number one
Yeah.
internationally.
Mm. I can
Definitely, I think
imagine.
that's the goal. Yeah. It's taking it as far as I physically can. Going
Mm.
number one.
Yeah,
I think
I
that'll
mean,
be the only true fulfilling moment is as soon as I see one of my songs hit number one on like Spotify's Billboard or
yeah,
something overseas, yeah, something big.
yeah. Then okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I've made it.
definitely, definitely. I don't want to keep it local. I want to take it as
Mm.
far as possible, expand
No,
to a bigger fan
yeah,
base.
no, definitely.
I was checking out my Spotify for artists, and I've got people listening all over, like
Mm,
literally all over. It might not be a lot, like
mm,
here and there. It's only like 20 in this country, 20 in that country, 30 there, 50 there. But it's nice knowing that it's getting out. People are
yeah,
listening around the globe, and not just locally, which
yeah.
is nice.
No, that is great, and I think you doing your songs in English is also an advantage, in that sense, because
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, because we have a lot
I've
of Afrikaans, like
been
great
asked
artists
so many.
here. Mm,
I've been asked so many times, why don't you do Afrikaans? Why don't you write Afrikaans? I don't, I can't. I can't. For the goal I'm trying to
mm.
strike, I can't.
Yeah.
I
Well,
can't.
maybe one day if you're like really famous, and you're living overseas, you
Yeah,
can you can throw us one.
exactly. By that time, I'm
Yeah.
able to. Yeah, yeah,
Um,
no, definitely.
so do you have any advice for other young artists that are looking to start their own music career?
Well, you know, it's not always as easy. I got it lucky. I really did. It was a blessing
Mm,
that I got somebody came in. They heard my music. They took it seriously, and they invested quite a lot of money into the project,
mm,
the Ayrton project. Getting it going, and for those that it's truly, like I said, social media. Just keep pushing. Just keep
yeah.
pushing social media. Build your own personal fan base. Because even though now I've got all this music recorded, it's all released or getting released,
Mm,
I still need to build my fan base. I haven't done that yet. I'm still doing that.
yeah.
So just build a fan base, and as soon as you've got a set amount of people that are willing to stay and come back for every song, every release, every video on TikTok,
Mm,
and then you truly know that when you release that song, something will happen. So
yeah.
it's not just gonna go stand still.
Mm, but
Definitely, definitely. Just keep pushing.
yeah.
Don't stop. Don't kill the dream.
True, true. You have to continue. And I think, like you said as well, to build your fan base, you have to release music, and as you release music, you'll build your fan base as well.
Definitely. No,
Mm,
the more content, the more music, the more listeners are able to,
no,
come in and you can connect with a wider audience.
yeah.
Definitely.
So, do you have any other interest or hobbies outside of music?
Hmm. Hmm. I play Fortnite.
Ah, cool. Same.
That's about it. I play Fortnite. That's about it. If I'm not gaming
Mm,
or spending time with the people I love and all that, yeah, it's just music, my personal life, and
mm.
yeah, Fortnite.
Fun. You
Yeah,
have to. If you only, if you're only gonna do music, it's gonna start feeling like work. So you need something else to do
definitely,
as well.
definitely, no, definitely. Like some days, and that's all honestly. Some days I wake up and I'm not in the mood to do this whole TikTok thing. I don't want
Mm,
to make like 3, 4 videos today. and then I have to. It starts feeling like work because now you just what did I do the previous night? I was making a song till like 4 a.m. or something. Now I'm too tired to make. So yeah, just give it some space as well. Don't drown yourself in the music. I'd say
No, definitely.
definitely find something to keep yourself busy with in the meantime as well,
Yeah,
because else it'll turn into a job and not a hobby anymore.
exactly. And you have to love what you do, you know?
Definitely, definitely, definitely.
So,
No,
how do you
I feel like.
decide?
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry. No, I just want to ask, how do you decide
No, you can go.
which songs to release as singles and which you know, maybe stash away for a later date?
Well, it's not entirely up to me as I've got a manager and all that. So it's not only my decision, but I think right now we're just doing single by single. The six we released or recorded, we're gonna be releasing and maybe leading up to an EP then. But there's quite a lot that I haven't even considered to go back to music that I started like making a song I started maybe 2 3 years ago that I haven't even gone back to. There's quite a lot there which I'm still stashing for the long future. Uh, and like I said, the writing process for me is pretty simple, so it's not like it's difficult for me to go write another one, but I'm not always in that right creative mindset to write a good song.
I get that. I get
But
that.
yeah, it's yeah.
Um, okay, and then my second last question for you is what has been the most memorable moment of your music career so far?
The most probably that when I opened up for Matthew Mole in the Politans at on the lawn. That was great. That was great. That was so far probably my proudest moment.
Yeah, no, I can
Definitely
imagine.
being
I can
able to
imagine.
perform on stage, open up for an artist like that is great. No, definitely.
Do you know how many people were in the crowd when you opened for them?
Whew. I just remember I opened up. I was the first artist, and the gates opened, and there were just hundreds and hundreds of people flowing in as I'm like performing. I'm not sure exactly how many, but there were a couple of hundred, definitely a couple of hundred.
That's really cool though. That's really cool. So as I want to ask as well, when you do a live gig, do you obviously have to perform more than one song? So you perform like songs that are unreleased, you know, as of yet, or
Yes, yes, I do. I do quite a lot of unreleased music, and then covers in between. I love doing Zach Bryan covers, Samal Smith. I did Coldplay Yellow the other day for the first time. I tried doing that live. It went
cool.
pretty well. I think. I think.
That's so
I
cool.
think. I'm not too sure, but
But I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
that's why people should go watch you live, you know, so they can see more of you and more of your music.
definitely, definitely. Yeah, the live thing. Like I said, I get nervous beforehand, but as soon as I'm on stage, I kind of love. I love entertaining and doing the whole thing. So yeah, come to Bailey's this Sunday. Whoever,
Yeah.
if this goes out before that, yeah.
No, no, it definitely will. And then I just want to ask you, how can people reach you? Where can they see more of you? Where are you, like on social media?
TikTok, Instagram,
Hello. Sorry, I think you cut out a bit.
um,
Hello.
Twitter. I think. Oh, can you hear me?
Okay, yeah. Now you're back.
Hello.
Sorry, we had some technical difficulties there.
Oh, sorry. I'm not. There we go. There we go.
Yes.
Should I shall just repeat the
Yes,
answer.
please.
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, at Real Ayrton Music. Ayrton spelled Ayrton.
Okay, fantastic. Thanks so much. And then on YouTube as well.
And on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, all the platforms. Just go
Okay,
search Ayrton.
cool.
I will go for. You'll find it.
Cool. Well, thanks so much for talking to us
Yeah.
today. It was
Thank
so
you.
fun meeting you and hearing a bit more about your life. Yeah. And thanks for everybody
Thank you.
who,
No, thank you guys for having me on.
yeah,
It's been. Mhm.
anytime, anytime. As soon as you're famous, like if you're really famous one day, you have to come back on so we can interview you again. Okay, cool.
Definitely.
Cool.
That sounds like a plan. And that's not an if, that's a when situation, right?
A
Yeah.
win, definitely. Cool. And thanks for everybody who watched today. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Um, yeah. And yeah, this is actually my last
Yeah,
episode.
thank you.
Yeah. So
Really? Ah,
yeah, yeah. This is my last episode, my last stream. So I hope everybody enjoyed it, and you can look forward to Triggers for Yun this afternoon with another episode of Rugby Ross. And yeah, cool. I hope everyone enjoys the day.